Alright guys, so today we're going to take a look at Edifier's brand new noise cancelling pair of headphones, the WH95ONB. Now it's kind of already confusing that they have the 950 in the name because a few years back Sony had the XB950, so I don't know what the similarities are because of having that number in the title, but what this pair is a premium pair of noise cancelling headphones, so it's more made to compete with the Sony WH-1000XM5s and the Bose 700s and the Bose QC45s. The huge difference is the price. High-res audio wireless certified. It has LDAC support. It has noise canceling and actually different levels of noise canceling. So there's really a lot to look at with this pair. So we're going to talk about all of those features. We're going to talk about the sound, what all comes inside the box, and see if at half the price these can actually compete with the Sony and the Bose. So to start with, let's just go ahead and jump in with what all comes inside the box. Now it does come with a hard case. On the outside it kind of has like a fabric feel to it, and it's actually a nice hard case, but on the inside it has a pouch which holds the other accessories. You have an airline adapter if you're going to use these plugged into an airplane while you're traveling, which also means that it comes with a 3.5mm headphone cable, and it also comes with a USB-C cable to charge these, but a metal or aluminum material right up top. But luckily there is some really nice pleather padding underneath that. They use that same pleather material on the ear pads, which again feels like Sony's XM5s and XM4s ear pads. So there's memory foam. It's just really comfortable. There's not a whole lot of weight with these headphones. The ear pads do swivel and the headphones actually do fold flat. So you can just kind of get these to be pretty compact so you can fit them in a bag or the case pretty easily. But I do like that on the outside, although they also have vents that look like the Sony headphones, the texture on the ear cups, it kind of gives it a really nice premium look. Now, as far as the inputs and the buttons and all that, on the left side, you have your 3.5mm headphone jack input. And then on the right side, you have that USB-C input. And then all of your buttons are also located on the right side. And really, there's not a huge, you have a mode button. You could switch between different modes, which we'll talk about. You have a multi-purpose button in the middle, which allows you to play, pause, skip your tracks forward, go backwards, and then you have your volume up and down. So you have all of your controls right there on the right ear cup, and overall, they just feel and look like a premium pair of headphones. Now, some of the features on these, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, these are high-res wireless certified. They do have that LDAC support, which I'm used to getting the most out of what I'm listening to. Now, it also has Bluetooth 5.3, and it has Google's Fast Pair. So if you're using an Android device, you will see the pop-up on the screen come up as soon as you turn the headphones on. You can also download Edifier's app, which I highly recommend. The app is giving you a lot of different controls. It allows you to keep the headphones updated. You also have multi-point connection if you want to be connected to more than one device at a time, but you also have to go into the app to turn the LDAC mode on. Now, if you have LDAC on, it turns your multi-point connection off. You cannot do both at the same time. And then it also allows you to go between your different noise canceling levels. You have a high level, a low level, and it also has a wind reduction mode. And if you switch it into transparency mode within the app, you can turn the adjuster up or down depending on how much you want to allow your surroundings to be picked up by the microphones. And I was also very impressed with this feature. Now, some other things is it also has the ability to switch it from a music mode to a gaming mode to a movie mode. Now, this slightly adjusts the EQ depending on which mode you're in, but it also cuts down latency if you're going to be gaming on your mobile device or you're going to be watching a movie or a video. So I also like the fact that you have these different options to switch between. And then also in the app, you can go in and customize the mode button. So if you don't want it to go from one mode to the other, or you're wanting it to do more than just go from noise canceling to transparency, you can go to the other noise canceling modes, whatever. You have this customization within the app. And then the only other thing is you do have the ability to set safe volume. So it keeps it under 85 decibels and it keeps you from just blaring the headphones and blasting your eardrums out. So if you have a kid that's using these and you just kind of want to limit them some, it's nice that you have. So not half as good considering where it's priced at. It is much better than that. It does a very good job of blocking out all of the usual like AC units, engine noises, like refrigerator, like those low rumble sounds that are around you, but it also takes it a step up and starts blocking out a decent amount of people talking. So if you're going to use these like in a restaurant or a coffee shop, you won't hear a lot of the dialogue going on around you. Now, the transparency mode was also very impressive, and just leaving it in the middle mode, I was able to hear my surroundings very well. I could carry on a conversation without taking the headphones off, which is important because one feature that I wish that these had that they don't is there's no smart sensors. So if you take your headphones off, they do not pause. They don't just go back to what you're listening to when you put them back on. You are going to have to pause your headphones if you want it to stop where you're listening to them if you're going to take them off. So again, that's something that the higher brands have that I wish were in these. Now moving over to the work days worth of battery life. And again, that was just impressive to see on this pair. Now, if you are going to have these headphones on and take phone calls, it is using 4 microphones total. It's also using the environmental noise canceling to try to block out a lot of your surroundings. And this is another area that I was also very impressed with. But you guys can be a judge by listening to a test. Let's talk about the sound. The sound on these are fantastic, but I gotta tell you how I had these set up. No matter what genre I was listening to, I never felt like the mids took a step back. So I was really impressed with the way that these were tuned, but not the way that they were tuned out of the box. You have to go in and mess around with it a little bit. So do keep that in mind. And when it comes to the sound, they just went with a different texture or just went with the swipe controls, even though I'm not a huge fan of that. But if you are just locked in on wanting really good sound and really good noise canceling, but you just don't want to dump $300 or $400 into listening to, and I've had an excellent time while testing these, and I think at the price point, it's going to be hard to find anything that compares to these, because I don't feel like the Soundcore headphones match up with these. I don't feel like even One More's headphones match up with these, which have been pairs that I've been impressed with. But the Edifier just kind of takes it a notch further and makes it more comparable to the more expensive headphones. But guys, that wraps up my video on the Edifier WH95ONBs. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.